Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graeme Nichols.
Happy birthday, Daniel Alfredson, and welcome to the show, everybody. Brent Wallace alongside Graeme Nichols. It is Thursday, December the 11th, 52 years young for Daniel Alfredson. We'll get to that in a sec. Graeme, nice to see you. The show is always brought to you by Bet365. Yorkie is traveling back home from Sweden today. He will join us on Monday. Your laneway, as you like to call it, driveway to normal people, is 3 miles long. How do you clear?
No, it's not. I snowboarded. Did that this morning when I came home from shift.
How long did that take?
15, 20 minutes. Wasn't bad.
Wow. That's how many? You could probably park 30 cars in your driveway.
I've never tried, but yeah, maybe.
Well, that's
Depends on the size. Compact vehicles, you probably fit more. I don't know. It's not bad. It's like what? I don't know. It's like 200 feet maybe by maybe 150, 200 feet by, I don't know, like 30 maybe. So yeah, it's not bad.
I got to gas up the snowblower for Lisa to use later today, so that'll be good.
Oh, poor Lisa. Good on you for gassing it up, though. Yeah,
it's hers.
Oh, what do you mean it's hers?
Oh, have you not heard? So,
you didn't buy this as a gift, did you? Merry Christmas.
No, birthday gift. In fact, it was for her 40th.
Wow.
100. So I was traveling a lot then. Like the year before, I think I was going 152 or 53, something crazy days. And so she was home a lot in the winter, and she asked for a snowblower, so I bought her a snowblower for her birthday.
Okay,
heated
handle.
That
kind of makes sense, yeah, because you were on the road quite a bit, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but now I just say it's yours. You got to use it.
Yeah. Does she? Will she do it though? Will Lisa do it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care. She's not like, well, you're home now, so
no.
Yeah, this is you. Really? Good for her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know what? We all have responsibilities.
It's like when we first got our property, like my wife was super excited because like we had a big lawn, and she was like, I love like riding lawnmowers, and it's going to be like cathartic, and I'll go out and I'll just have like 40 minutes just to like unwind and do her thing. And
yeah,
we bought a riding lawnmower, and she's never used it ever. But it's a zero turn unit, and then that's her excuse though. She's like, I just don't know how to use it. Like,
those are awkward.
Learn. No, they're not. They're super intuitive.
They're awkward at the beginning.
Yeah, super intuitive though. But yeah, she wanted the steering wheel one, so she's just that's the excuse.
So I'm with her. So I've asked. We have whatever it is, a city lot. So it's I don't know, 60 by 110 or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But Lisa won't let me get a riding lawnmower for the 3 seconds it would take to do the yard.
Yeah.
I would love to be the guy in the neighborhood with a riding lawnmower.
You're gonna be the guy with a robot lawnmower. That's gonna be your thing.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty slick. A couple people in our neighborhood have them, and they like the lines are perfect. It looks like a major league. Oh, it's unreal. It looks like a major league baseball field.
Because Gertie would lose her mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't. We're way off topic here. I apologize. Like I bring my backpack in the house after she will move. Like she won't go around any bags, anything. If you get up suddenly, she'll move. Like yeah, she's very plenty of anxiety. So she would hate the robot.
Just like the rest of the Senators Nation. Plenty of anxiety today.
I don't know what you're talking about. In fact, we're so chilled talking about everything else is because everything is smooth sailing with the Ottawa Senators.
Just the special teams. Just special teams. But we can get into that in a little bit as well.
What a wild time. Hang on. We do have, I don't know if my mic is switched. I apologize. We do have lots to chat about. Carter Hutton will join us shortly. Something I can bring up with him. I did notice something in his background the other day I have to talk to him about. Also, on this day in 2021, Brady Tkachuk had his first NHL hat trick against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Maybe Lightning strikes twice. I like to see him score, but I think his hand. Did you see him fall the other day around the blue line?
Which period was it?
I think it's the second period. Maybe it's the third. he gets up shaking his hand because just the way he had fell on it.
Yeah. I find like, I don't know if you feel the same. I just feel like a handful of games since he's been back.
Yeah.
It's not coming off with the same velocity. And maybe this is just a sample size over analysis just from him returning from his thumb injury. But it just doesn't seem like it's coming off quickly. If that makes
quick or hard.
Yeah. Like it's
wrapped pretty good too, as we've seen.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel like he's due for a big game, but like his line's putting up points. Like he had like, I feel like against the Devils, like it wasn't a very like Brady game, just in terms of physicality and just imposing himself on the opposition. But like you leave the game and you're like, well, okay, he had 2 points.
Jacob Markstrom was more physical than Brady.
Yeah, he was getting bumped quite a bit last game.
All right. Let's not waste any more of this young man's valuable time. Welcome to the show, Carter Hutton, NHL analyst on the Nation Network. Nice to see you, sir.
Damn right, young guy, buddy. I like that.
Well,
I like that intro. I'm turning 40 soon, so I'll take the young guys when I can get it.
I was going to do it later in the show. December 19th, you will turn 40 years old, and I was curious, do you have any plans?
Wally, you turn over every rock, eh? That's always my worry coming on here. I never know what you're going to hit me with. I got to be careful. I got to keep those skeletons in the closet. We are having a party. My wife, when I say we, I said my wife and I am on board. A little party at a restaurant with a bunch of people and just hanging out. And we had to do something. I didn't want to do anything, but my wife said we had to do something. So here we are.
So it's all her friends.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like 50 people. And I was like, honey, I don't think I can get to 50 people. I don't have that many friends. And definitely 50 people I don't want to be around all the time.
Shouldn't it be at the golf course?
It should have been. But there's no golf now. We are at the outdoor rinks now. It's we're Thunder Bay here. Golf is long gone for a few, probably 4 or 5 more months now.
And all right, I have one more question before we move into any Sens chatter. There are 2 teams in your NHL career you did not post a victory against. Do you know who they are?
Ooh, well, Seattle, because I don't think.
No, you didn't play Seattle. So you had to have played them.
Had to have played, and I never posted a win against them. Jeez, that's a really
one might surprise you.
I beat St. Louis. I know I played there, but somebody that I never beat. That's a tough one.
Played in this city too, actually.
Nashville.
Yeah,
I never beat Nashville. You know what? There was one game though. I remember my first game back. We were winning 3-0 in Nashville, and going into the third period, and we blew it 3-3. And then in overtime, Forsberg got tripped, and he scored on me on a penalty shot to ice the game. So I'm glad we brought that up, buddy. Things are off to a good start here. There we go.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It's only 9:08 in the morning. And finally, do you know what the other team is?
I don't.
Edmonton.
Oh, I never beat Edmonton, eh?
Like 2-1 or something. Yeah, it wasn't very many games.
I do remember there was one photo that like sticks out for me playing against Edmonton. Ryan Smith at Rexall back in the day, because I kind of played in both arenas. And I remember Ryan Smith scoring a goal on the doorstep. My buddies used to send it because he's like on top of me, falling down, the way Ryan Smith played. And I'm like backwards, and you can see my name bar, and he's celebrating right in the crease on top of me. So that's a good photo. I got to get that up on the picture frame one day. That's a good one.
Get him to sign it.
Yeah, he was a legend. That was always fun playing there. That was a fun rink to go to.
What was your favorite rink? Like, you didn't have to have a good record. I'm just curious. What did you love to play in?
I love, obviously, playing in Nashville and against Nashville was always fun, because I always try to explain to people that Nashville's this rink that it's like we go to the rink to have a good time. Where when you play in big markets or Canadian markets, it's like if the team isn't playing well, they turn on the team immediately, right? They could tell the product's not good. They aren't happy. Where in Nashville, it's like, we're drunk, we're at the game, Preds are playing, this is awesome. And like the excitement would like raise, like the puck would cross the blue line and everyone would just be going nuts. It'd be like a shot from the blue line, the goalie would catch it, everyone would be like, whoa, that was awesome. So the energy was always there. So I think I'm biased to that. And then probably United Center was unbelievable, because I had a chance to be there in 2013 when they won the cup, and that energy, just even during the national anthem and every game, was so important, and that was a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah, fair enough. What do they yell in Nashville? Is it during the penalties? They all get behind something, and
they do the fang fingers, right? When power play fang fingers, that was a tough one. I didn't really like the optics of that being a Pred, and then they would give it to the goalie. When I played there or whatever, it'd be like Hutton, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. You suck. So I've heard worse again.
It's like a collegiate barn, right?
It is, yeah. They got a good section. I think it's called like cell block 303 or 330 up in the 300s. And that's just like the section that they're relentless. They give it to you every game. And that's fun, right? I played in the Hockey East in the NCAA. So I had heard it all. And that, I think that makes hockey, in my opinion.
It's funny because every time we have players on, they say they never hear the crowd.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not having fun then.
Exactly. That's what always makes me laugh. I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, okay. You didn't hear them booing you the entire time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Speaking of getting booed of late, Carter, the Ottawa Senators are a little bit of a struggle at the moment. I don't want to say I have brought the panic button back out. But if you were me, would you push the panic button?
I think so. I think I would tap it slightly half press. Can you half press it, or do you have to smash it through the table?
No, once you ignite the panic button. Yeah.
Well, my boy Linus Ullmark hasn't been Linus Ullmark like. I think defensively they still give up a lot of chances. You break down a lot of those goals. Last game against Jersey, a few backdoor passes, a breakaway. The first one I never saw another angle of it. Did it get deflected on that?
It looked like it might have hit his stick.
Like just basing off his reaction and my experience around the game, it looks like it gets deflected and goes in. But again, you're paid to make saves. You're paid to make big saves, and you're making that kind of money, to be consistent. My concern when I look at this team is right. It was good. They did a really, really good job. And then Brady comes back. Is there like a sense of like relief where it's like, okay, it's off us now. We have our leader back. We have our best player. And then instead of winning by committee now, things start to fall on him a bit. And I think their consistency has dropped. And this is also coming from a division that's like Detroit, Detroit's back in the race now, where if Detroit drops 4 games, they're out of the playoffs, right? It's just the way that division is so tight. So I think they have that in their favor. Obviously looking at the optics of the standings right now, it doesn't look good. But if you go on a run where you rattle off, 7-1-2 record or something like the Tampa Bay Lightning did, all of a sudden you're right back into it. Outside of Colorado and Dallas, I truthfully think those are only 2 teams you can probably guarantee a playoff spot. And then even in the East, like Buffalo's out, Vancouver's out in the West, it's pretty wide open. So I don't think it's total panic city. It is. I believe this road trip's going to be really grim though.
I find it's interesting, right? Because like panic is full blown in Montreal. Like they just called up Jacob Fowler.
Yeah.
Buffalo, same thing. It's another year of ineptitude. And Ottawa's just 2 points ahead of Buffalo right now. It's just, but we're not really speaking about it in like the same terms. It's just everyone kind of feels like, oh, there's a chance this will get better. Brady's back. We're dealing with some injuries, what have you. Talking to Linus Ullmark though, Carter. At the beginning, probably 3 weeks ago, he was talking to me about like the process where he's at as a goaltender. Like he feels like the process is good right now, but the results aren't necessarily there. And it feels like you mentioned the defensive breakdowns. As a goaltender, when you feel good about your game, but the results aren't going your way, when there is that defensive breakdown, the puck winds up in the back of your net, like how frustrating and like agonizing is that just from like a mental perspective?
Yeah, it is. It's tough. But then there's like a maturity factor that comes in, an experience factor that Linus has. I think as a younger guy, it can be a little bit more weighing when you start thinking about self-preservation too, because that's something that's real, right? We all play in the NHL for the jersey. We all play for the team and the city and everything. But at the end of the day, there is self-preservation involved, and guys are going to fight to try to stay in the league and be there. So I do think it has less of a wear and tear for a guy like Linus, who is secure, who has the contract, who has the status, who isn't going anywhere, where like roles reverse on Levi Marilainen, and I think there's a little more pressure too. And I think it lacks a bit of pressure because there isn't like a number 3 coming. Like when you think of Montreal, you mentioned that. For Dobish and Montembeault, there's a lot of pressure because there is a Jacob Fowler. Where in Ottawa, they don't really have that number 3 who's like going to be the guy for sure. Like Parsons has played well. Hunter Shepard is just an arguable number 3. He's going to bounce around. He's very serviceable. So for Linus and Levi, it's about controlling what you can control. And at times it can feel daunting and it can feel like you want to do more. And this is a sense that I went through where I had this transition phase in my career where I played in St. Louis where we were just rock solid defensively. Yeah, I led the league in statistics, and it wasn't because of just me alone. It was because we had 6 D core that were predictable. We were very good. And then we had 12 forwards that were predictable and very good. So then my job was, then I went to Buffalo, where I thought my first year in Buffalo, I played good hockey, but it starts to weigh on you, right? Because we are competitive, we want to win. So it's just a matter of how long do you let this linger, right? And then to add on top of Linus, in my personal opinion, is the Olympics. There's another like thing that is just weighing on him as well, right? Like this job for Sweden last night, you saw, or 2 nights, whenever it was they played 2 nights ago, you got Markstrom versus Ullmark. Those are 2 potential guys that are your starting goalies. So to now mix in the fact that you're not playing great, and there's this like battle to be the starter for Team Sweden, there's a lot weighing on a guy like that.
So I was just looking at like Ottawa's numbers before you jumped on the show, and like defensively, metrically, like the rate of shots they allow up very low. Like it's a low event team. Expected goals best in the league. Like as a goaltender, when like your team is playing at that level where they're just like minimizing chances and just the rate of shots, like does that impact you? Did that ever impact you as a goalie? Like, do you want high event hockey? Do you want to like face as much rubber as you can?
Well, it depends what kind of rubber, truthfully.
Yeah.
It depends on if it is grade A, if it's east-west, if it's right in my crease, or is it like predictable hockey where it's like perimeter hockey and it's shots and it's volume, where games like that gets you in a rhythm. And throughout the NHL, there's always teams you go to play. Like, and again, it's like shot clock management. Like there's rinks where you get 30 shots, but like they only mark you for 25. And like, these are things that weigh on guys, right? Because you talk about statistics and numbers, and it is important a little bit more now with the betting segments and with how many like shot props are very important. It's a big industry, right? That being said, there's certain teams you would play against traditionally. Like I remember I got a shutout in LA. I had like 46 or 47 saves, and it's a franchise record in Buffalo. Might have been one of the easier games I played. I bet you I made 2 saves that were like high quality. The rest was just perimeter. It's almost like you stayed in a rhythm. So what I'm trying to say is it is about where the shots are from and how the breakdowns happen more than like the volume and quantity of what you're seeing.
Sorry, I was just trying to quickly search that game up while you were chatting.
Self-plug there, eh?
Yeah, I know. I like it. I'm excited to actually look this up while I can, if I have you on long enough.
Wally's not looking for the positivity though, Carter. He's looking for like, who didn't he beat?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He's got that stuff covered.
That's not true. It's not true. Anyway, I even said today was a big day to have Carter on the show. People like to point to Brady factor of him coming back. Do you think it has that big of an impact of him being in the lineup compared to the fact that, Thomas Chabot's out of the lineup and Shane Pinto is now missing his 3rd game or whatever. 3rd or 4th game. Like those are big holes compared to I've never been one that the team starts to sag because one guy's back in the lineup. Maybe Connor McDavid, I suppose, but that's about it to me.
Yeah, no, I think the slack can be picked up, right? You're talking about guys that play in the NHL, right? Like it's a great example of, so Robert Bertuzzo's a good friend of mine, played in the NHL forever, defenseman, serviceable, was always in the lineup, 40 games a year, battled injuries. Then we'd come skate at home. And we'd skate with like local people and they'd be like, man, he's really good. You'd be like, yeah, he plays in the NHL. Like, I feel like if you're not a superstar in this league, people just don't hold you. You're just a placeholder, where like guys can pick up the slack, right? We see it firsthand. I think a great example would be like a Morgan Geekie in Boston, where his minutes are 10 minutes a night and he's just kind of average. And then all of a sudden he gets in a better role where he's playing 17 minutes a night in a spotted role. Now he scores all the time. And again, opportunities come in weird ways. So I think when Brady was out, the slack got picked up, right? You find a way to pick it up. Yes, you're not replacing Brady Tkachuk. He is a unicorn when it comes to his physicality and the way that he can carry a team. But that being said, there's also the factor of like Chabot is out. He is a very good defenseman. He does a lot more than what you see on like a stat sheet too. There's also that comes into play. And then Shane Pinto arguably is an unbelievable Swiss Army knife. He's a guy that can play everywhere in your lineup. He generates a lot. He creates a lot defensively and offensively. So those 2 guys are a big hole. And now when you have to replace 2, he's not the name of Brady Tkachuk because that is a household name, where I think Chabot might be, but Pinto is starting to become that. But outside of the Ottawa market, I don't know if people see that.
100% true. I don't know how much you've watched of Brady, so this may not be a fair question. What have you seen in his return? He looks like a guy that hasn't played in 20 games in 6 weeks. Like he's not the fiery competitor. He also can't throw punches, which I think leads into his game of being more involved. But does he look off to you, if you will?
I think physically wise, right? Like they're not the same guy. Last game, did he have a couple points last game? Quietly, it felt like. And I think for him, he is a guy that has to play on that edge, right? We see that with a lot of guys. And these are arguments you make all the time now as we look at the Olympics and like, you know, the Tom Wilson conversation. These are guys that are going to have to play on the edge all the time. What I feel right now we're getting from Brady Tkachuk is a guy who just came off of injury, has the Olympics looming, has a lot of pressure on him. And he's been very vocal, right? You talk about a guy that's front and center with all this stuff. He's got a new podcast. You're kind of anointed the guy now, right? Like you're in the mix, you're in the limelight, but I feel like he's dipping his toes in the water a bit, where the Brady we normally know, it's a full cannonball no matter who they're playing and what's going on. And I think the weight of this team, the weight of the Olympics and this injury are kind of holding him back a little bit from what I've seen so far in his play and his return.
Graeme, you mentioned it earlier, Montreal, a little bit of a meltdown. Yep. It's funny, if you go across the league or teams that are struggling, everybody wants the coach fired. Like in Toronto, they want the coach fired. Ottawa, they want the coach fired. Montreal, the coach. Everywhere you go, Buffalo. When you're in that as a player and things aren't going well, and Ottawa's 5 points out of first place, whatever it is, or 7. It's not a big deal. How do you maintain a little sense of sanity?
You know what? You got to be a pro, right? Like it's like, that's a term. I guess that's like it's a bad way for me to word it, right? Because it's a term you hear all the time. Well, you know, he's being a pro, or it's the culture, or it's like these buzzwords that we use. But there is that, again, back to that self-preservation of like, you have to be accountable to yourself, right? And you have to be a good player and you have to be a good teammate. And I think the leadership in that room, when you look at like, you know, a guy like Claude Giroux, I don't think he's ever going to let that slip. And even Linus Ullmark, for that matter, a guy that played in Boston where like culture is strong. I don't think Ottawa is at a point where it starts to deteriorate what they've built, right? This has been a skid. Everyone's going to have skid. It's an 82-game season and a compressed schedule where you get off a little bit. You don't really have that time to practice and get back. And I think for me personally, when I've been on teams where coaches have been fired, I was in St. Louis when Hitchcock got fired. I was in Buffalo where Housley got fired. Kruger, we were getting fired. Everyone was getting fired all the time there. But it's the same. I was in Nashville when Barry Trotz got fired too. So I might be
wow, it's your fault.
Yeah. There
it's we like go. They yell in Nashville. It's all your fault.
Yeah, that's right. It's all your fault. But it's just something that you accept, right? And the fact is, it's not like you're new to hockey, right? I try to explain that to people. Like, they're like, what was it like playing Hockey Night in Canada? Like, say I'm playing the Sens Saturday night and it's like this big game. You're on Hockey Night in Canada or whatever's going on. Well, it's like, it didn't just happen. I didn't just wake up yesterday, put on my skates and play. There's like a slow growth, right? And that's where with goaltending, I always concern myself with, you know, not exposing guys. Like Devin Levi is a great example. I think he got rushed, where we're seeing Bussy in Carolina. He's 9-1 at this point. He's been awesome, but he's 27 years old. They're like, well, he's too old. It's like, well, no, everybody takes a bit of time. So I feel like the growth to become a pro and understand that isn't just like, doesn't happen overnight. And it's all those bumps and bruises and learning experience of coaches being fired or, you know, kids being traded in junior A. And like, you've built up this tolerance, right? To just understand this is what comes with the life we chose. So I feel like that's where the Sens are at, but they also have strong leadership to be like, hey, the noise is outside the room and what goes on in this room stays strong.
How much more of a sense of urgency is there? Because like there is no help coming. Like unless Steve Stamkos goes out and make a trade, right? Like all the pieces are pretty much here, with the exception of like Carter Yakimchuk in the AHL. But like he might be like a year away from being like a regular or even a good positive contributor at the NHL level. Like how much urgency is there with this group right now?
Yeah, I think there's urgency with every group right now in the way the East is, right? I don't think anybody in the East is sitting back and kicking up their feet and being like, hey, outside of, again, Colorado and Dallas are the only teams in the NHL. They're like, hey, we are Stanley Cup favorites, right? Outside of that, it's going to be a dogfight in this schedule. And I think for this team, the dogfight probably should have started a few games ago with Brady coming back, but till that Olympic break, it feels like if you're going into that Olympic break, you want to put yourself in a good spot, because there is the hope that, you know, Shabbat comes back healthy, Pinto's healthy when they're back in the lineup, obviously before that. But that being said, it needs to be accountable. And I think you need to just find a way as a group to manage these moments, right? Because it is fragile. And I think if I'm a team like in this situation, I think the message in the room is like, we are good enough though, right? Like, and you look back to last year, and I talked about this with Wally last time I was on, was last year when they went on that road trip during the World Juniors, it was kind of their season, right? And they lost their starting goalie. Linus got hurt on that trip, right? Back spasms, he's out, and they find a way to rally. And I think right now, those two players out, this needs to be like a rallying cry to this group that like, we're still right in this hunt to get in the playoffs.
I'm just not sure they have the horses to fill the voids at the moment.
Yeah, that's a tough part too.
Front.
Yeah, but again, I think you can fall back on, so like Tkachuk, really good player, offensive guy. I don't think he's ready defensively to defend in the NHL, where that will come. But I think if you err on the side of being like, okay, we're not going to try to outscore teams, we're going to out-defend teams, execution becomes easier. Executing to score offensively is much harder, right? Like scoring goals is the hardest thing you can do in the NHL. But if they can just create maybe a little better team where you know what you're getting every night defensively and not giving up as much, then you can start to win some games 2-1, 3-2, instead of trying to get in these shootouts where if you aren't executing offensively, you don't have a chance in the fight.
I think that's the issue with Ottawa right now, is that the scoring's not there, but at the same time, there hasn't been a stretch of games yet where the goaltender has stepped up and stolen 1, 2, 3 games in a series. It's just like last year you mentioned like Linus had his run in like late November, early December. Levi Merrilainen had that run early in the year. Early in the new year. It's just like you're waiting for that moment where the goaltender starts to play at a high level for a length of games, and that just hasn't happened this season.
It hasn't happened, right? And I guess that would be also a positive too. I don't know if that's the right way to think of it, but if he does get going, like look out, right? It's kind of what we're seeing with the Leafs, right? I hate to bring up Toronto and Ottawa podcast, but
if it's negative.
If you put them in a bad light, it's all good.
Okay, yeah. Well, they've been brutal, right? Goaltending's been a big problem for them all year, right? Stolarz was horrible. Then Joseph Woll comes back and he starts to play good. Now they're winning hockey games because they're getting some decent goaltending. So think about where the Ottawa Senators are with what's a team average there? 877, right?
I think they're 30th, 31st or something in save percentage.
It's bad, right? Where if you do get some guys going on a heater, if things do pick up, all of a sudden now all the other things that are working, and all of a sudden you get some better goaltending and some consistent games strung together, it becomes a dangerous factor for this team.
By the way, you own the Buffalo Sabres record for most saves in a shutout victory with your 47 save performance.
Well, quick question for you, though. I have the record for another team, too. Do you know who that is?
Well, hang on. Against San Jose, you had a 48 save. Was it San Jose? Hold on. No, versus Winnipeg.
There you go.
So for St. Louis, you beat the Winnipeg Jets 2-0, had a 48 save performance.
Oh man, I'm feeling good today.
It's well placed. It's funny you say that, because the other day, were you on like overdrive or something and you panned into the back over your right shoulder into your bookcase? Like,
oh, that was by starting goalies for Daily Faceoff.
That's what it was. And I could see in the very corner the mug.
Yeah, there you go. It's hanging out. I got it on display. That's why you guys put me in this box. We need the wide frame, eh? We can really get it out there.
Yeah, exactly. Last thing before we let you go, and that is this a must win? You always use this term must win, and I hate it because Graeme loves it. We're in December the 11th, game 30 of the season. I don't know how you put must win on anything unless you're going to be eliminated. How close is this to a must win to the Ottawa Senators?
Well, I think it's a must be 2-1 on this road trip, right? Like that's what it feels like to me, like at least 2-1 against teams that are, Columbus is obviously going to be a challenge, a team in conference. And then you go out of conference. Minnesota doesn't really like to give up many goals. And then it feels like you have to beat Winnipeg where they're reeling. So I don't want to say must win, but I think this is a big push before Christmas to try to stabilize this group and send some confidence into the fan base that has been, I think at this point, probably a little fragile.
Fair enough. Carter, always nice to see you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. And Merry Christmas to you and the family.
I'm just a guy in my 30s till December 19th, buddy. I'm hanging on for dear life.
Fair enough. Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us, man.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Carter. See you.
Carter Hutton, energy analyst for the Nation Network, and just all around good guy. And basically, he's
excellent.
He's a member of the show at this point.
He's got the mug.
Yeah,
he's got the mug.
He may not want to be a member of the show, but he is. That's how it's going. I remember he sent me the text when I asked him yesterday. Hang on. I can't wait. Finally asked me again, which I believe is dripping in sarcasm. Anyway, all right.
Wally, who's speaking of stuff behind your shoulder? Who's in that 8x10 over your right shoulder?
It's Mike Fisher.
Oh, it's Fish. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
I could switch it. I should have put Alfie's photo in today, but I forgot.
You're gonna start rotating. It'll be like the little Easter egg in our episodes. Yeah.
So I was tempted to do that. There's some, but I run out of time in the morning. Busy
with
man.
Lisa, Lisa snow blowing the laneway and everything. Who's got time?
I got to get her up.
Who's got time?
I got to get out and get the driveway done. I got to get the car out. You can see there's a nice SFR bottle of whiskey. We're going to give away some gift cards to their distillery coming up next week.
Oh, really?
Mad Tux hats. We're still giving away more Mad Tux gift cards coming up next week. See, you know what, Jake? Let's get right to it. It's day number 5. We're going to end day number 5, or the weekend, if you will, the week, on a high. Here we go with day 5 of Hot for the Holidays. You look great, Graham. You might be the favorite. We're giving away 2 tickets to the Sens game. 200 level tickets, January 24th, Sens versus Canes. You just got to follow at Shoeless Joe's Orleans on Instagram. But wait, there is more. We're throwing in a $100 gift card to the Cheshire Cat, arguably the greatest pub ever made. So here's the deal. You got to follow both of them on Instagram. At Shoeless Joe's Orleans, at the Cat in Carp on Instagram. And we'll make the draw on Saturday. All entries must be in by midnight Saturday. And then we'll tell you who the winner is on Monday. But that's 2 tickets. It's basically dinner and entertainment all wrapped into one if you want.
And the Cat's a great spot before you go to the CTC for any games. Right? It's unbelievable. Yeah. Great beer, great food, great staff.
They make a really good poutine, if we're going to be straight up honest here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had the poutine from the Cat.
I've had many, actually. So if you go golf in that area, on the way back, you stop, grab a beer, sit on the patio, and it's a poutine.
Never had it. Now I have to try it. I'm not a poutine guy, but now I have to have it.
Oh, just try it. Like, is it the world's greatest? I don't know, but I love their poutine. So that's all I'm saying. So get that in. It's on. You'll see all the posts are on social media. They're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But the Cat and Shoeless Joe's use Instagram the most. So just go over and visit them. And I would also advise you maybe to consider following, if you're not, coming in hot on the social media channels. Just, I don't know.
And you might see Jameson from coming in hotter when you go to the Cat. There's a chance.
Go ask for Jameson.
There's always a chance.
So that is Shoeless Joe's in Orleans, proudly presenting 2 free tickets to the Ottawa Senators January 24th. And then the Cheshire Cat, our good friends in Carp, the Cat and Carp. Go, by the way, great beers. They have a couple of selections on tap.
24 taps. They're doing pretty well.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the winner of the $250 gift card to the Butcher's Wife in Pembroke, which is a amazing restaurant. That winner is Nolan Sagan, or at Nolan Sagan. I'm assuming that's his name. We'll get in touch with you and send you off your gift card to the Butcher's Wife in Pembroke. Amazing restaurant. You got it. I'm telling you, if you want a date night, special occasion, go see them. They're booked all the time.
It looks delicious. And I was asking my captain, like, I worked a shift yesterday. I'm like, have you been to this restaurant, the Butcher's Wife? And he's like, it's unbelievable. So he high praise from my captain. So you have to go. You have to go.
If it's good enough for the Cap, it's good enough for us.
So I meant to ask you, like, how was the Ignite the Hope telethon? How was your shift?
Why?
It was 20 minutes. How good was it?
It was very good. So on Tuesday was the Ignite Hope Telethon, raise money for the Sens Foundation and for all the causes that they contribute to. Raised 168,000, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is the number. You did the first go. You had an hour-long shift. You went 6 to 7.
Yeah.
And they put you in the corner.
Put me in the corner. I got squeezed out of most of the social photos and stuff as well. It's like everyone pans, and then I'm not on it. So it's good. It was good. But you had it covered. Like, you took a photo, so that's all that matters. Yeah.
Jake, there we go. So there's you stuck in the corner. How many calls did you get?
Ooh, within an hour, I'd say, I don't know, like 8 or 9 maybe.
And you had to give away some mugs, because we said if you called and got a hold of one of us, $50 and a donation, we'd give you a mug or a t-shirt, your choice.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny because I was in the corner, but Jake Sanderson's girlfriend was seated beside me, and she picked up the phone, and I wasn't on my phone at that when this happened. And then one of our listeners, Josh, got through to Megan, and she's like, you want to speak to Graham? And she just turns and looks at me, and I'm just like, oh yeah. She has no idea who I am. And then she just hands me her phone, and then we just switched. I got a call shortly thereafter, so she picked up my phone, and we just traded. And then we had probably like 2 or 3 calls each before we got our phones back in order. But it was fun. Because we were giving away mugs, so people want the mugs. So it was pretty funny. So
I had Man and McMahon next, Ottawa Charge players, Man and McMahon next to me, and then Rebecca Leslie on the outside. All of a sudden, and it's loud. It's the intermission. The band's playing. I can't hear very well. In fact, I had one guy text me his name because I can't understand your name. Can you text me? Anyways, all of a sudden I hear, "You want a t-shirt?" I said, just take their info. We'll get them a t-shirt later. Yeah. So nice. It was good. We did good.
No, thanks to all the listeners for donating. It's unreal. Yeah.
I did make the joke. I finally made it on TSN.
Yeah. Did they mention TSN former legend Brent Wallace?
No, there was oddly no mention of my name. Okay, let's move on. Let's take care of some business. Speaking of Shoeless Joe's.
Shoeless Joe's, daily deals that you do not want to miss. Burgers, wings, cold beer, great prices. No fluff, just big flavor. 5 nights a week. This week at Shoeless, we've got Thursday night, half-price wine and flatbreads. Perfect for date night or for catching up. You got your Caesar Sundays. Shake up your Sunday with $6 Caesars. You also have your game day bud deal. If a Canadian team's on the screen, like they will be tonight when the Sens take on Columbus, you have $9 buds all game long. And on Mondays, you also have fish and chips, wings Tuesday, and you have Big Burger Energy Wednesday, massive burger starting at $10. So Shoeless Joe's, where daily deals meet big flavor and good times on repeat in Campville and Orleans. Check them out.
And of course, as always, our friends BEI, Bunisher Excavating Inc., helping to shape the Ottawa Valley. Good day to remind everybody, slow down on the roads today, and BEI will be out clearing some of those in the valley. Just be a little patient, give them some room. And remember, if you're looking to rent any equipment, if you have any needs, or if you're looking for employment, give them a call. Go to BonisherExcavating.com. You can also call them 613-432-1120. BEI, helping to shape the Ottawa Valley. And of course, Bet365 is our proud presenting sponsor. Whatever your bet is never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on the game. An official partner of the National Hockey League. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. We're getting right to it. We got a busy day today. Here are the picks for today. So Ottawa, the favorite to win, and Ottawa, the favorite to win in this one. They are not the favorite to win in this one. The money line. Here's my parlay today. Ottawa to win. Drake Batherson to get a point. Brady Tkachuk to score a goal. Please. Jake Sanderson, 2 shots on goal, and he will have 1 block shot. That is the Wally Wizardry parlay. I need a name for it. I don't have a name.
We'll think of something.
Brent's
I like the fact that yeah. I like the fact that Columbus isn't playing particularly well either, though.
See their last 9 games? 2, 3, and 4. They have 1 regulation win in their last 9 games. Now, I brought this up the last couple of times with St. Louis and, of course, New Jersey, how they've struggled to score. And then they score 4 goals against Ottawa.
You got to knock on wood, Wally. I keep telling you.
The Columbus Blue Jackets have scored 1 goal in the last 2 games.
Oh, man. Here we go. Let them have it, Chad. Let them have it.
I don't know what this means. It's probably not good, right?
It's tough though. Like, so like watching the game, like you're sitting beside me in the first period last game, but like early on, Linus Ullmark looked dialed in, and you're like, oh, Linus looks really good. And then
in that first period, he made a couple of big saves really early on.
Like the first 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, he looked great. And then you're like, oh, here we go. Yeah. And then it's just, a couple defensive breakdowns, back of the net. It was just, it's like old hat at this point, right? Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just like when there are those miscues and those mistakes made by the team playing in front of them, it's finding its way in the back. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to him, just speaking to him. It's just, but you have to have the short-term memory. You have to have the mind of a goldfish, he says.
But then he has the chat where he says, I know I got to be better and I got to play better and I know I'm not playing better. So really he has no memory of a goldfish. He's like everybody else. I didn't like, I thought he was fine. They didn't lose because of Linus Ullmark on Tuesday. That's for sure.
No. And I feel like it's the same way with Levy. Like when Levy's just not getting the wins, it's like he's not playing poorly. It's just the team's just letting him down.
So, all right, then what do you think happens in tonight's game? I was asked, someone said, who's starting tonight? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect it's Levy Marilainen.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see Linus. I could see Linus again tonight and then go to Levy in Minnesota. I don't know. It's tough. I mean,
either or is, But I guess if you want to snap it, do you just play arguably your best players or who they should be?
I think that's it too, right? Like you're desperate for a win, so you have to play your number one, don't you?
It makes, he's just played a lot.
But it's tough. It depends on what, like, the defense without Thomas Chabot. I think like you can't, for a guy who takes a lot of heat in the city for what he does and the way he plays. This team really misses Thomas Chabot.
Is it time to give him a standing ovation when he comes back for all the crap he has had to endure by fans, media, the like over the last 3-4 years? It feels like.
Yeah, it's just, like the 5-on-5 offense has kind of gone by the wayside. Like they're just not scoring a 5-on-5. Like the power play, like I think that's like the painful thing right now, Wally. It's like the last 3 games, Ottawa scores 6 power play goals. They're perfect on the penalty kill in the last 3 games, and they're still dropping games. They've lost all 3 of their last 3. So it's just, I think that's the frustrating part where it's like we've been saying the entire season, hey, like they're playing really well 5-on-5. If they clean up the special teams, if they clean up the saves, this team has a chance to be really good. And it's just for whatever reason, they can't get everything working at the same time. And I think, and that's compounded by the injuries that they're facing right now with Shane Pinto and Thomas Chabot. But I think just watching them play, they really miss his puck moving ability. It's just like, I like Tyler Clevin, I think he'd be a really good defensive for this team. I don't think he's playing at a high level right now. Jordan Spence has his moments where he looks really good. And then there's moments where he just doesn't, I don't know if he's a top 4 guy. And they're thrown in that spot just because out of necessity, because I don't think Matt and Powell or Jensen are playing at that level either. So it's just, it's tough. And I think they really, really, really miss Tom Chabot's veteran leadership. And I think they miss his puck moving ability, help get the puck out of the defensive zone quickly. And that helps the offense. And it's just, there isn't enough offense at 5-on-5 right now.
And we talk about slotting right now. Tyler Clevin and Jordan Spence are not a top 4 pair anywhere really. And when you take Thomas Chabot out of that group, it shows you that there's a void. I still like to see Jensen maybe get back to being a top 4D. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that happens. I know he's not skating well. I get all that. I see that. So I think he is.
I was looking at his NHL Edge data. It's getting better. Like it's progressively getting better. So he is.
Is that because he's playing less? Is that because he's with Nick, Matt, and Paolo, and they're just steady? Like I'm curious what that is. Maybe they're not playing against the best competition.
Yeah, it could be. I think that's all part of it. Like, I think like he is further removed from his injury. And like I talked to him several weeks ago as well. And it's like, like he returned within a window where most guys aren't recovered from that surgery for 6 to 8 months. And he was well under that window. So it's like if he progressively gets better and more comfortable and finds himself, and like he admits it's a confidence thing too. And I think he referenced last season where he started playing at a high level right away. That boosts the confidence. He feels really good about himself. And this year it's the opposite. And it has a tendency to wear on you. He recognizes, the limitations of his injury and how it's impacted him, but he feels good. He feels much better than he did last year when he was like 80 or 90% in the second half of the season. So it's just, you hope it's a matter of time before he finds his game. But I think there is that pressure because I just don't think Clevin and Spence are those guys right now to play in the top 4.
Quickly, if you're looking at those lines, they are the lines from Thursday or Tuesday against New Jersey. I don't know what will be, if any, a look today. I don't know if Lars Eller moves back.
They sent in Ollie Lixell.
Yeah.
But like Halliday, I think he took 2 shifts in the second period after that late goal in the first period.
Yeah.
Where he was on the ice and then he didn't see the ice the rest of the game. So yeah.
Like, I don't know if Hayden Hodgson, I don't know if he slides it. Like, anyway, we'll see. I know they haven't called technically anybody up at the moment, if I'm not mistaken.
But I also find, like, in this stretch where the team's not playing well, it just seems like they're not getting that depth scoring. Like the Amadio, Greg, and Giroux haven't scored in a while. Like, even though they're just not getting the depth scoring right now. It's the big dogs getting the points, and it's just. But even then, like we talked about Brady, like he had 2 points, but it wasn't a super impactful performance from him.
No, disappointing. Bit of a surprise to see Lars Eller in that game. Even I was told after the morning skate that he wasn't playing, so which is why Ollie Lixell was recalled, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's dressing, and then it's good to see him back. They just need to get healthy.
Mm-hmm. And it should mention, like, Thomas Chabot, I don't think he's close on this road trip.
Not on the trip, no.
So,
speaking of guys coming back, it was reported, and I apologize at the moment, I cannot remember Nick's podcast, that Derek Brassard is looking to come back and play in Switzerland.
Oh yeah,
he's making a return at 38 years old.
But he can't play in the NHL now, right? Like he's
Genevieve. I think it's Genevieve, whatever it's called. God, I'll say the name wrong. I can't find it at the moment, but Don Lavestiere with Nick St. Pierre was the guy reporting it. Interesting.
Yeah, because like, I thought he was trying to get like a front office role or
he has been
in the market for like that kind of opportunity.
Which is why he doesn't want to do the show. I've asked him for 4 years. I've reached out to him and had other people, and he's like, just doesn't want to ruffle any feathers in case he gets a front office job. I'm like, okay.
It's fair. It's fair, but I mean, I don't know.
Hey, if that's what you want. Let's you haven't given your pick yet on tonight's game before I get to Gertie, because I almost forgot to get to Gertie.
I feel like, so I've been saying the last couple games, like whether it was St. Louis, New Jersey, like those are the opportune games where like teams aren't playing well. They got some injuries. You have to take advantage of them, those games as they come up. And this month has been so soft in terms of scheduling, but they're leaving so many points on the board. It's frustrating. So I have no idea how this game is going to go. I feel like Ottawa's due. But then you look at Columbus, and they've lost like 2 in a row as well. They're not playing great hockey.
They can't score.
Yeah. You're gonna go there.
Sorry,
it's not my fault. It's not my fault, Chad. It's all Wally. I get to say Ottawa's gonna win. Just I feel like they have to get off the schneid. And this is an opportunity, right? Like they were in Columbus last year when they had a chance to clinch. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they lost that game, but they still clinched when they were on the plane. They found out after the game that they had clinched and got into the postseason for the first time in 8 years. So I think Columbus, good things will happen tonight. Good things will happen.
We shall see. Young Zachary in the chat says Drake still wears the Brass 1000 Games. It's a T-shirt. I asked him about it. I was like, why do you still wear this T-shirt? And he's like, I just like the material. So he doesn't like the sweat absorbing material, whatever it's. I can't think of the name of it. But like the Nike Run.
Mm-hmm. Just the dry fit, yeah.
Dry fit. That's what he prefers the cotton feel. So that's why you'll still see him in wearing the Derek Brassard 1000 Game T-shirt.
And Bath's playing really well right now. That was probably one of his best games of the season. Like that was like he was noticeable every time he was on the ice.
Hat trick.
One guy threw a hat, so shout out to that guy.
I guess I can. I don't know that kicking goal. I felt, because we sat there and talked to each other in the press box. Like I felt if you kick it straight in, it shouldn't be a goal. If you kick it and it hits something and goes in,
but it wasn't even directed into the goal. Like there was no plane.
I know, but it's a kicking motion. So
was it a kicking motion though? Because he had his foot turned.
Yeah.
and it just popped. Like it wasn't a distinct to me. It wasn't distinct at all.
His leg goes forward. It's totally distinct. 100% kicking motion.
I don't think that's a kicking motion with the intent to do anything. There's no intent there whatsoever. Like
I think he's trying to kick it back into the crease.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's roughly behind the goal line ish. You can't score from that anyway. I just thought if it went off the goalie or off something else and went in, it would be a goal. You just don't understand the NHL rules clearly.
There was no direct path for him to kick that puck. There's no direct path for him to kick that puck into the net.
That's what I didn't. If you listen to me, I just said.
I know,
but it's not about. It's as long as it's a kicking motion. Anyway,
I don't think it was a true kicking motion either. It looked like he just turned his foot and brought it forward as he was skating. Like it was. No. Okay. Agree to disagree. It's all good. It's all good.
Jake, I feel. Here's Gertie, by the way. Gertie wants to get on the action.
All right. Is Otto gonna snap the streak tonight, Gert Dog? Oh, again.
Nice.
You say yes. If you're not right, you get a lump of coal in your stocking.
Does Gertie have a stocking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
She gets it's dead center in the group. Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah. She's and it's full. There's more in her stocking than anybody else. Are you a stocking guy?
Yeah, I prefer stockings, to be honest.
Yeah, I hate them.
No, I like going through the stockings, getting like I like useful small gifts.
Okay. So I never grew up with the stocking tradition. So one, it's foreign to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it costs more to fill a stocking than it does to buy gifts under the tree.
Yeah, it depends on what you're buying. Depends on volume. Depends on are you stuffing it to the top with
I don't want chocolate bars and toothpaste and gum.
Toothpaste?
I want real gifts in there.
Yeah? Like what?
I will go $100 gift card to Starbucks or
gift cards are solid. Jewelry. I can't see you with bling. Maybe like an earring, like a little cross.
Me.
No.
You know what?
You said you said you want jewelry.
No. What I would put in it. I don't want to buy Lisa a chocolate bar. Here's your favorite chocolate bar. Yay. No.
See, my wife loves that stuff. Yeah. My wife's all in on that stuff. Yeah.
No.
It's easy. I don't know.
What's the point? You're just wasting a bunch of time.
Shows you care. You're supposed to be in the spirit, man. You're supposed to be in the spirit of these things.
No, it's
snowblower driving gloves. Good one, Jake. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That's unreal. Unreal. I love that.
Okay.
I feel like getting back to Drake. I feel like that was a momentum thing. If Ottawa gets that goal, they're cruising. I feel like after that first period the other night against the Devils, the Senators should have been up 3-1, 4-1 after the first period. I thought they played at a good level. They had their chances. They just didn't. And I found Markstrom wasn't playing well at all. The puck was hitting him. Rebound control was bad. He's been kind of fighting it the past few weeks as well. This goes back to the Rangers game was like that too, right? Where it felt like Ottawa had a ton of chances early and then Rangers get 2 quick goals. And it's just they get these momentum swings where it's they're playing well, they're manifesting chances, but they're not burying them. They're keeping the other team in the game. And I think that's one of the underlying problems right now. They're just not finishing their chances.
Because wasn't that the same? I feel like that was the same against St. Louis as well, right?
Yeah. Same thing.
Great starts. It's got to be frustrating if you're playing in it as well. But they just don't have enough firepower, I think, to put teams away. Because as long as you are struggling defensively, I don't know what Jordan Spence was, and I don't know what they coach, so I don't know if him supposed to go where he went behind the net from Tyler Clevin is the right play. It may be. It didn't look it because I don't know why you'd leave the front of the net open.
Turning the puck over for Timmy at the blue line. Potter comes back the other way, or Cotter comes back the other way. Paul Cotter.
There's some
and then
there's some voids.
And then Clevin let I forget who the player was on jersey, walked out from the corner, just kind of put it through him, got around him, throws it out front, goal, tap in, easy tap in. It's just that kind of stuff can't happen, but it's got to be frustrating. Got to be frustrating for the coaches.
Do you think they're line juggling today? Do you think there is line juggling today?
But what more can you do? Like, are you breaking up the Amadio, Greg, Drew line? Like, unless you break that line up, I don't know what else you can do.
What if you put Eller there? Anyway,
do you think Eller's playing at a high level though? Like, to me, he looks
okay. So all due respect, question. This is no slight at any player. Do you think Lars Eller has a better chance of providing you offense than Ridley Gregg right now?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Greg at all.
Right. So that's all I'm saying of why I would flip them.
Yeah, but to me, it just looks like Eller's not moving at his highest pace. Like, it just looks, I don't know if he's got like a nagging leg injury or what's going on, but he doesn't look as fast in the last several weeks as he has towards like the beginning of the season, for example. And I don't know, that's just totally visual, total like qualitative observation. I have nothing to back it up outside just my own observations, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because I think like really Greg, and I talked to him the other day about this, like he's disappointed with his production in the first part of the season. And they need production out of that line. They need the third line producing. They're playing at a really high level with Shane Pinto. They got to get back to that. Amadio had some chances last game, I should say, but like Amadio hasn't scored in a while. Like he got off to a hot start this season, right? And then Claude's been at 4 goals for a while. He's picking up some points, but he's not filling the net either. So it'd be nice if that third line could chip in.
They need something. That's all. And I'm still on Brady Tkachuk should be with Tim Stützle and Drake Batherson, but I don't believe I'm going to get that happening. Would you do it?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you're desperate for scoring. If the other guys aren't giving it to you, then maybe you have to front load the top. But again, like I'm very pro stagger the lineup, so it's tougher for matchups, especially when you're going on the road, right?
Road changes things 100%.
Yeah. Especially against a team like Minnesota is good defensively. They have some great defensive players but Dylan Cousins, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. You gotta get 5-on-5 production. I just don't know how you manufacture it right now. It's tough. They need help. They really need help.
Until they win, I believe we should just only discuss the play of Jake Sanderson.
He's very good.
He's very good. And then there's nothing really to say about him. So the show would be 3 minutes. He's very good. I every time I'm like, well, what else do you say about Jake Sanderson and how he plays? But he continues just to put up points.
I'd have to look at his workload in the absence of Thomas Chabot. I'd have to look at his minutes, see where he's at. But it seems like he's playing at a decent level. Like he's so good. And he's putting up points too, right? Like I think that's like it's the understated part of his game where he's not like a super flashy offensive guy, but he just continues to pick up points. It's impressive.
I was going to say he has played 6 games.
I don't think he's played since
was it Vegas or it was LA. He got hurt.
Yeah. Or San Jose, wasn't it? San Jose?
San Jose. So now it's 8 games, 2, 4, 6, 8. So Sandy's played 26, 28, 27. Then they had the big win. So he played 22 and a half, then 25, 27 and a half, 31, 28, 29 minutes. So he's playing a lot of minutes right now for sure. But I don't know how else, when you look down the bench, you go, we need him. Right. So we'll see if he can continue on. But yeah, he looks very good, at least offensively. I mean, he looks good defensively, but the team I just think the team's struggling defensively right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's they just don't have the right people.
Yep. Yeah. And a lot of people have been clamoring for Yakimchuk to come up as well, right? But, you speak to David Bell, you look at the defensive issues. Like, I don't think that's not a solution for right now.
No. It's like he's minus 19 or something. And David Bell's like, yeah, like we got to work on his defensive game, which has been a knock on him for a little bit, right? Listen, he's a first-round pick. He's plenty skilled, but he does have a deficiency, and that's figuring out the defensive side of the program. So we'll see what happens.
If you're Steve Staios, though, like what are you trying to do right now? Because it's like if they continue to drop games, greater than 50, it's going to be hard. Like already, just with this streak of their own, like they're 5 points back of a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So now, like, we're past that point where it's like, win and you're back in the picture. Now they've got a little bit of a hill to climb. And if this continues, if this turns into like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, that's a huge hill to climb by the end of the postseason, or by the Olympic break. Like, if you can't pick and minimize that cushion that other teams have built up, like, it's going to be very, very difficult for this team. So if you're Steve Staios, like, what are you doing? Are you doing anything?
Well, can you do anything? Part of the problem is all the teams are still in it. Unless you're talking to Vancouver and San Jose or Buffalo, like, how many teams are willing to make that big of a splash right now to help another team in a playoff run?
Yeah, maybe Vancouver, because they're desperate. They're talking like Quinn Hughes, but I don't think Ottawa has the pieces to go get him unless they're making a huge splash with players on the roster.
And people, like, someone sent me, would you do Quinn Hughes for Thomas Chabot and Ridley Gregg, I think? I'm like, holy fuck. The Vancouver's looking at that. Like, and even for a first, I think you were requesting, like, would you not be asking Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, like Shane Pinto? Like, you want...
Well, they want centers, right? So they probably ask for like Pinto.
Unless
you're creating like a huge package. Unless you're like, oh yeah,
like Quinn Hughes
best defensemen in the league.
Yeah, like, we're not just giving up a top 4D and a third line forward or like, but you're going to have to part with some serious pieces for that to happen.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, like, Thomas Chabot would obviously have to be part of it because you're not trading for another defenseman and taking on that money without moving some out. So that would have to be part of it. But it's like, do you have the pieces? Do you have the supplementary pieces to push that deal across the finish line? And you see some of the players you see some of the players mentioned in like hypothetical trades around the league. Like, Washington's got like Ryan Leonard, McMichael. Like, it's just like, it's hard. It's really hard unless you're giving up like Dylan Cousins, Yakimchuk, and Chabot for Quinn Hughes. Like, I just don't.
I don't know if you do that deal from Vancouver.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's arguably a top 2D guy in the league
for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, and there's no guarantee he'll re-sign. I think that's what drives down some of the value. But
but if you can get him re-signed, and I guess you can't get him re-signed until next year, but like, it would have to be. I understand the price will be lower based on contract, but man, anyway, we'll see. I'm curious what the return will be, and maybe it'll be just driven by Quinn Hughes saying, "I'm only going to New Jersey." And that
maybe, and that's something that they've talked about for a long time. Yeah, he's good friends with guys on Ottawa, though, so maybe that could be of interest to him. I don't know. You don't know what the motivations are of the player, and I think that's the biggest thing.
I thought it was pretty clear from Jimmy. Didn't Jimmy Rutherford said he wants to play with his brother? So,
yeah,
but
you're also going to have teams. You're going to have teams in that Stanley Cup window, right? That'll look at Quinn Hughes and they'll say like, hey, even if we can't re-sign him after 2 years, if you get a 2-year window to chase a cup, like whether it's Washington with Ovi retiring in the next little bit, or maybe a Pittsburgh, or just to maximize the windows that you have and take a concerted shot at it. I don't know. Like, I just don't know if Ottawa's in that position. Like, we talked about, like, the draft capital that they don't have. They don't have their 2026 first round pick. They don't have a ton of prospect capital. Guys with a ton of like pedigree, like Yakimchuk's obviously a blue chipper, but I just don't think they have enough blue chip assets right now to move to flip for a piece like that without touching the parent roster. And I think that's the biggest concern right now for the Senators is like, can they get in those trade conversations for good players when they become available? And I'd say right now the answer is probably not.
But they got to do. They've got to do something. They got to figure out a way to add a scoring winger. At least that's what I think. That's what it looks like. That's what it seems like. I'm sure other people want a D or what. I just want to see them have some.
Ideally, you'd have both, right? Like, I think they definitely need another defenseman.
Baby steps, Graeme. Jeez.
Well, one of each. They did it last year at the deadline. They picked up Zetterlund. They picked up Cousins. They took some swings, right? It's just.
Well, okay. All right. Yep.
They took some swings. I know how you feel about it afterwards. Like, obviously, it hasn't necessarily worked out in Ottawa's favor right now. But, like, Cousins has been okay in terms of production. But Zetterlund's starting to find himself a little bit here. He's finding the net a little bit more. But neither, I wouldn't say either player has been a difference maker to this point.
And we always, like, players are going to have off games, and people like they disappeared for a game. Where like star players, you're just not going to see every game do something. That just happens.
Well, we're talking about Brady, right? Like Brady hasn't been as impactful as he can be.
Tim Stützle took some heat, right, when Brady first came back about how he was playing. But
isn't like Tim's minus like 11 or something, isn't he? Since Brady came back, like it's just like he's just going through a bad stretch right now, where it's like every mistake that happens on the ice when he's out there is just finding the back of the net. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And I think this it's not Brady, it's the team losing. I think that's causing him to try more. But I think Dylan Cozens has been very good. Like I have no issues with watching him play in that second line center spot on a regular basis. I think he's built for it, and he can have really good games. And other times you aren't great.
Yeah, for me, it's just the 5-on-5 stuff. Like it's just not there consistently at 5-on-5. Like his last, I'm just looking at it. Like he's got his last 5-on-5 goal. He's got one. Hold on a second here. His last 5-on-5 goal was November 13th. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. I think he's got like one even strength goal in like around his last 20 games. It's not good.
I would ask how many even strength assists does he have? Because I think he's created under, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at, hold on a second here. His last even strength assist was against the Anaheim Ducks on November 20th. It's all his offense is essentially coming on the power play,
which is 5th in the league. And normally, if you can start to score in the power play, which we were harping on for a while, you should win some games. But man, it's tough to keep losing games when you're winning the special teams battle, right? That's
the encouraging part, right? Like if you can clean up the 5-on-5, which has been pretty good all year to this point, if you can get the special teams rolling, getting in a groove, they should be better. And you know, we talked about with Carter when he was on, like he talked about the normalization, the regression to like career norms with the goaltenders. If like that happens, Lena starts playing better, starts making some of those big moment saves. Theoretically, this team should be better, but I think there's a lot of pressure. Like if the offense isn't going and the defense isn't going, you need your goaltenders to step up in these moments. And I think last year, whether it was Levy or Linus in those key stretches in November and January, or November, December, and January, you need that moment like right now for the Ottawa Senators, and it puts a lot of pressure on those guys. And you're paying Linus Ullmark a lot of money to do it, and to this point in the season, it just hasn't happened yet.
I was just trying to see there was an NHL post or an email. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. All right, we are. I got to go do the driveway. Apparently, Lisa's on break. So,
nice. Good on you, Wally. Good on you.
All right, so we'll be back Monday morning with Jason York, fresh off his trip. We'll find out all about it, I'm sure. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining us. See you, Graeme.
See you.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.